Hola Marina, ¿cómo estás hoy?
Hola, Ben, pues genial, ¿tú qué tal?
Fenomenal, gracias. It's Ben and Marina here again. Welcome to our Real Spanish Masterclass. If you're ready to learn to speak and understand all the real Spanish you'll never find in a textbook or language app, this is the place to be. We've been teaching real Spanish to people all over the world for how long?
17 years.
17 years, and this is our third video in this series on how to rapidly master speaking and understanding real Spanish in real situations with real people. And we think you're going to love it.
Thank you for all the comments we've been getting. The response has been amazing. Now, if you missed the first two videos in this series, we highly recommend you to stop right now and go and watch them. They really are require a viewing for anyone who wants to become truly fluent in real Spanish and enjoy real conversations with real people in real situations. We want you to get the full value of this masterclass, so you should really go and watch those videos in order. Don't worry, we will be waiting for you.
Yep, we'll still be here. In the first two videos, we taught you a great method for remembering real Spanish words and phrases so you can beat brain freeze and use these words and phrases fluently just when you need them. Plus, a method to help you to understand Spanish speakers no matter what speed they're speaking at.
We talk about how to stop sounding like you are speaking up Spanish so you no longer feel and sound like a lost tourist, but really fit in and connect in real life Spanish speaking situations.
Yeah, today we want to show you, what we want to show you is how to solve the big frustration you feel when you keep making mistakes when speaking Spanish. This happens whether you're a beginner, intermediate, even advanced, and especially if you're a perfectionist. This is for you if you often think, yes, I know the words, I can understand some Spanish, but I get really embarrassed when I make mistakes and then I feel shy and completely tongue-tied. This is something we hear often.
Yes, we are going to solve that problem today. This video is all about two things. Firstly, turning a Spanish mistake into a Spanish learning goal. And secondly, what we call the fluency versus accuracy balance. Both things are totally related and are part of a much bigger picture that we call how language learning really works.
Yep, how language learning really works in everyday life.
Once you know how to deal with making mistakes and how to balance fluency and accuracy, language learning gets so much easier and so much faster.
Yeah. When you stop worrying about making mistakes, you start to relax, you enjoy real Spanish experiences so much more. They just flow, the chatting, the understanding, and most importantly, the improvement and the learning. So it works like this. You start by making a promise to yourself that you're going to speak Spanish as well as you can, no matter how much or how little you know, whenever you have the opportunity. And this is the important bit, that you're going to give yourself permission to make all the mistakes in the world.
Yes, you are going for fluency, not accuracy. Fluency. You want to talk first of all, you want to communicate, and you do as well as you can with what you've got. No worrying about accuracy with every verb ending or sentence structure. You just want to aim at getting the words out. Fluency comes first.
Yeah. Then what happens? Sooner or later, you make a mistake. I still make mistakes in conversations after nearly 25 years learning Spanish and living here in Spain. But it's great because more often than not, something magic happens. Right, so I'm going to give you an example. Not long ago, I was talking to a Spanish friend and I tried out a phrase that I love but hadn't used much because I wasn't totally sure about it, right? So I thought, go for it, use it. And I said, ¿Qué se va a hacer? Meaning, what are you going to do about it? You know, it's like that kind of, what can you do? What are you going to do about it? What can one do? ¿Qué se va a hacer? Right? Now, I got it wrong, slightly wrong. And he, my friend, automatically corrected me and said right after me,
¿Qué se le va a hacer?
¿Qué se le va a hacer? Right? I'd left the layout. I said, ¿Qué se va a hacer? And he said, just without thinking, straight after me, ¿Qué se le va a hacer? Right? So it had the extra le in it. Now, don't worry about why it has a se and why it has a le, you know, what the point of having both of those is. The point is that I got it wrong. He corrected me and I was delighted because I thought, that's it. Yes, and now I'm never going to forget. And now I use it all the time correctly. ¿Qué se le va a hacer? A wonderful bit of real Spanish to mean, what are you going to do about it? Right? So, me going for it, getting it wrong, kept the conversation flowing and turned out to be Spanish learning gold when he corrected me. Improved my Spanish forever with that phrase. You know, now it's something I've got in my arsenal of Spanish vocabulary and I can use whenever I want. And he didn't mind my mistake. He didn't even notice that he'd corrected me.
It's something automatic sometimes.
It's automatic for speakers of the other language, yeah.
Yes, we have another example from a friend of ours who said a waiter had corrected him recently when he ordered una Rioja, por favor. He wanted a Rioja wine, a Rioja glass of wine, and una Rioja sounded right. Rioja, una.
Sounds right to me. I'm sure I probably have said that as well.
But it should have been un Rioja, and the waiter corrected him because Rioja is wine, is vino, which is masculine. Un vino. And Rioja, in this case, takes the gender of the noun, un Rioja. And our friend was delighted to be corrected and now says it's right.
Yep. So, okay, here's another example, slightly different, but still super valuable. A friend of ours was traveling in Spain and talking to the person who she was staying with, to her host. And she mentioned the summer forest fires that happened in the summer, talking about los infiernos que habían ocurrido durante el verano seco. Now, she meant to say incendios, fires, not infiernos, incendios, that had happened in the dry summer, los incendios que habían ocurrido durante el verano seco. But she said infiernos, and infierno means hell.
Yes,
so she talked about the hells of the dry summer, right?
They were quite hellish there.
I'm sure that it was all very hellish for sure, but, you know, she meant incendios, she said infiernos, right? Now, the person she was talking to didn't say anything, but the great thing is that although neither she or her host said anything right there and then, three important things happened. First, the conversation flowed, which is what we all want. Second, she took the risk of talking about a difficult subject that she wasn't 100% sure on with the vocabulary, which is brave and which is how we improve. And third, she realized her own mistake afterwards and learnt from it.
Yes, it doesn't always have to be the other person that corrects you. We have this kind of internal autocorrect that works really well too, based on all the conversations we've heard around us. And that is gold as well. When we realize our own mistakes, we usually don't make them again, and our language improves. And we have to be happy to make those mistakes first. We have to be delighted to put fluency first and go for it, and make as many mistakes as we like.
Yep. Either we'll be corrected or we'll correct ourselves internally, in which case we learn. Or if neither of those things happen, we're still out there having a real conversation because we've decided to let ourselves just go for it and to make mistakes. So we're out there in the real world, we're connecting with other people in the real world, and it's the best feeling there is. So when you take this approach to Spanish, everything changes. It's like one of our students, Lonnie, said, I've been able to connect with people, make friends, and immerse myself into the Spanish culture. Now I'm fluent and have a bunch of Spanish friends. So that's what Lonnie said, which is wonderful. So ban perfectionism and go for it. There is gold in those mistakes.
Well, it's been fantastic sharing the information in these 3 videos and seeing the excitement and results. That's why we put together this masterclass. We've been getting great comments and we love the interaction and community it has created.
Now, you might be wondering what else it takes to achieve complete real Spanish fluency and understanding. We've looked at vocabulary retention with the 5 times trick in the first video, understanding people with the context trick in the second video of this masterclass series, and the value of turning mistakes into gold and putting fluency above accuracy for real life connection, which is what we've looked at today. But this is part of an even bigger system that we've put together for you. If you want to take your real Spanish learning all the way to the most advanced level of fluency and understanding, we've put together a very special course for you called the Notes in Spanish Coach. It shares the massive wealth of learning experience Marina and I have gathered as both language learners and language teachers over the past 17 years.
Yes, we've shared as much as we can with you for free through these 3 short videos masterclass, and we hope you've enjoyed and got a lot of value valuable tips from it. There is so much more that we wouldn't be able to cover in a short free masterclass like this.
Yeah, like what happens when you get stuck at the level you're at for months and can't seem to progress? The typical dreaded language learning plateaus. What happens if you can't find time for language learning? How do you enjoyably fit it into a busy life? What are the key habits that will mean you never falter or give up on your Spanish? How do you balance the 4 main skills: reading, writing, listening and speaking, so you're equally amazing in all these areas? How do you find real-life Spanish-speaking opportunities no matter where you live, and even if you can't often travel to Spanish-speaking countries?
Yes, we cover all of this in the Notes in Spanish coach course. You'll discover how to get off language learning plateaus, how to get unstuck, how to find real-life opportunities to speak real Spanish, and how to balance out all of the areas of your Spanish learning skills.
Yeah, in fact, we've put together an entire map of incredibly effective real Spanish learning, which covers these crucial areas: motivation, key attitudes for success in Spanish, the path of perfect practice, which is what to practice and how to prioritize it all, how language learning really works, super important, speaking secrets. We have so much more to share beyond what we taught you today about mistakes and putting fluency above accuracy first, so your speaking gets really good. Listening secrets, like the context trick, we have many more to share with you. Reading secrets, writing secrets, vocab secrets. We have the 5 times trick, but we've got lots more to help you remember all the wonderful real Spanish out there that we can teach you. Grammar and classes, how they fit in, real life speaking opportunities, and very important, thinking in Spanish. When you get all of the secrets we teach you in all of these crucial areas, your Spanish and the real life experiences it gives you will know no limits.
You are going to have the confidence to walk into any Spanish-speaking situation knowing that you are going to hold your own and that you are going to be able to express yourself with clarity and enthusiasm in a way that is going to sound fluent and natural, and you are going to be able to form real lasting friendships through the joys of conversation.
You're going to be chatting to people happily in warm platters, understanding the conversation at the next table, chatting at dinner parties in Spanish, making new friends, and having amazing real-life travel experiences wherever you go, with a massive sense of connection to the people you encounter in the real Spanish-speaking world. We'll be opening this course up this coming Monday. We'll enroll a limited number of people into a new class, and then we'll have to close registration so we can start the program and give personal attention from us to everyone inside. We'll have lots more details about the Notes in Spanish coach course on Monday and how you can get started. So look for that email from us first thing on Monday morning.
In the meantime, we'd love to hear about your aspiration for your Spanish-speaking life or any questions you might have about today's video. Scroll down and leave a comment for us. We've been reading every comment and responding to dozens of them, and we would love to hear from you.
Yeah. Also, make sure you're on our newsletter list to be the first to hear when registration opens for the Notes in Spanish coach on Monday. There's a link below if you haven't signed up yet. Leave us a comment and we'll see you on Monday. Bueno.
Bueno, ven.
Hasta pronto.
Hasta luego.